I play that song any longer, I'm gonna drift off into dreamland. Mineski, Faceless, Grand Finals, Manila Masters, SEA qualifiers, guys. MRP, Kefka, Beyond the Summit. Mineski able to weather the storm of that mid-game comeback that was brewing from Faceless and overpower them with that TA anti-mage draft. Mushi and Raging Potato with the aggressive tri-lane with the anti-mage, just able to keep Black's Tiny at bay, and that fifth kind of pocket pick Tiny just not working out for Faceless there. Have any, curveballs you're expecting from this draft? Looks like we're going a little standard in the first phase. Faceless, they're going to get first pick, and they're going to get their Warlock for this one.
I mean, I'm definitely expecting something unique after seeing last game. This team seems to know each other so well, so they kind of like, you can really feel like that they know what they want to do. So neither team is doing what the other team is expecting. Like they're really trying to do a bit of random stuff here and there. The openings have been normal, but then later in either the draft is becoming weird at the end, or the laning is very unique, as in it's been in both games. So it's been very weird laning. And I'm expecting something along those lines at least. And the opening, Warlock, Earthspin, Nyx has been the free first pick every time, right? So just different orders.
Every single game thus far.
I think it was Earthspirit first pick the first time.
Yeah.
And then Nyx Warlock. And then the second time it was Earthspirit, Nyx, and I don't even know. It was pretty funny though that the opening have just gone in a full circle.
So Warlock and Nyx were paired together once. Nyx was a first pick one time, and then Warlock Earthspirit was a follow-up, and now we have this configuration. But either way, the picks haven't changed much across the series. The laning certainly has been interesting. The fifth pick slot is where we've seen a lot of the divergence in these last couple of drafts. But Mineski certainly showing that they can play with the big boys. Faceless's status as a team going forward is certainly kind of up in the air, but for the time being, they definitely want to be able to make Manila Masters. They are going to go for their Kunkka. And this is something as well that 343 plays quite a bit for Mineski. Of course, he'll be picking up the Earth Spirit, but definitely something that they understand from Mineski's side of things. Although, you want to be able to make a pick off here with your Earth Spirit or your Nyx, and being X back into the fray could certainly be a little bit precarious, but Lifestealer ban, certainly one you would expect Faceless to drop here, to come out very good against the Kunkka, and also pairs up nicely with the Earth Spirit Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, I am so disappointed right now.
Furion ban.
I was like, coming into this final, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see a Treant, or I'm gonna see a Nature Prophet. And then in the third game, I'm like, okay, now Nature Prophet is gonna come out for sure. And then they ban him, and I'm like, I'm so disappointed right now. But Kunkka picking up is pretty interesting. And we saw it this is the second time today. First time for Faceless though, I think. I don't think it was Faceless that picked it the first time, but not sure what is here. It does like it's great and all, but is there a specific reason? It's pretty good against Nyx. It's okay against Earth Spirit, but not sure if they have a bigger plan with it later on in the draft.
Obviously, they're just gonna pick Alchemist and give everyone eggs, right? Bolt into Chaotic Offering. I feel like.
Maybe a X-Quop blink in and burst. We saw that earlier, even though they didn't really use it.
Yeah, it's something to take away from Mushi if they look that direction. But again, they're gonna take the two safe laners that are relatively self-sufficient out of the pool, the melee ones anyways, in Lifestealer and Juggernaut. Definitely Lifestealer, something that can combo up nicely with the Nyx Assassin. We haven't really seen Invoker slip through this deep into the draft. It's not, the most signature hero for Mushi, but definitely something they may take a look at. Has kill potential with the Earth Spirit mid lane. Sunstrike really nice to help out the Nyx Assassin. But for now, Mineski, they're going to ban out the black hero in the Slark. Let's see what direction they're going in terms of their other cores.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of mid heroes banned before, but now it's pretty open. I'm a bit surprised that, because we saw always the team that were playing Nyx banned Lifestealer and Jugger because they didn't want to play against it. But here it's the opposite. It seemed like it's been like that every game except this game. So
Yeah, it feels like the team that has Nyx didn't have Earth Spirit, I want for the most part.
yeah,
So
I
the
mean I
life
understand
stealer, yeah.
the life steal ban for sure. So another call Nix again. So got a lot of potential there, but Cotton and Earth Spirit are a bit harder to play. So your safe lane carry needs to be more self-sustaining that we've seen. So not sure what that would be. We're gonna see a bit later in. But Invoker and T are still in the pool. Those are two very interesting picks. I think that you probably don't. You want I think you want Invoker and Mineski, but you don't want to play against the TA then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is some. Now suddenly it's a third pick animation. This is interesting. I like this a lot. So we like I talked about. I think something weird is gonna happen at least.
Something throwback for Black as well. Something he's definitely very comfortable playing.
Yeah, for sure.
But feels a little risky this early. I feel like an Orchid carrier for the safe lane, like a Clinks, could be very good for Mineski here, just to be able to kind of get towards that back line. But not sure. You mentioned the merit of a self-sufficient safe laner, and that's why I'm looking at a range hero here. I'm not really sure in terms of fitting Mineski's draft specifically what they want to look at. The Slark is out of the pool. Do you really have any other safe laners that are going to be contributing alongside the Nyx Assassin?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what they're going. I wonder if are they gonna go the Luna? Okay, so they have a Luna now. That's pretty good for the safe lane. Depending on what Faceless go lane. Some heroes Luna cannot really stand properly against. So then you don't have many options in aggression.
Yeah.
So you could pick a hero that's very good against Luna, and the aggression of Mineski gets shut down because they need to protect the Luna.
Yeah.
However, I can't come up with a pick, so I'm a bit. It's too much thinking. So Faceless, Ice's Ice probably has an idea though. I could definitely see him having some.
It's a bit awkward of a pick in the sense that it may force your Coddle to skill Mana Leak early, which hurts his farm. Just because he has to be zoning that offlaner. You can't really just blast the wave down and push the wave and give the offlaner farm. So we'll see how that ends up working out. But the Magnus anti-mage combination here for Faceless, they've got reverse polarity, boat, as well as chaotic offerings. So if Mineski, which, to some extent they are, thinking of assembling a 5-man here, this is a very scary proposition for them.
Yeah, Faceless draft is pretty solid. You have one mega carry and an insane team fight. Pretty, I'd call this OG-like as well. This is like what OG used to do. They pick mass team fight and then like some form of carry, and then like you take some towers. I mean, they played more of a 5-man more than an anti-mage, but other than that, they just picked mass team fight, and that's how they played. So they need. I'm not sure. I think both Yabs and Ice played Magnus, right? I'm pretty sure they play it in both offlane and mid.
Yeah.
So doesn't really show anything. Mineski might know more though, since this team seems to know each other a lot. But there's SF Band, TA, Invoker are the two big ones. Especially Invoker from Mineski would be so good, I think.
Yeah,
even though it's like an answer mage, it's not a big deal. It's not like a Storm Spirit or Cop or whatever. So I would be very happy to see an Invoker from Mineski and Faceless. I'm not sure they can pick both mid and offline, so it's a lot harder to predict. They should be going in something comfort, I feel like. Legion, maybe. Legion could be good. That's a pretty classic. Magnus Anti-Mage Legion seems pretty good.
Very good against the Nyx as well. In general, to just take him out of the fight, all the control he offers. Doesn't care too much about Carapace because of the duration, but I feel like Faceless are lacking a little bit of push. They could use some sort of sieging hero. Okay.
Oh my god.
So that's a sieging hero. Not necessarily a 5-man hero, but a sieging hero. So you talked about Luna not being able to deal with offlaners. This kind of feels like one of the best ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's sure what you're doing now.
Yeah, there's a Coddle, but
you're not picking Invoker anymore. I'm not sure how to deal with this.
Is this a mid lane brood? Like, you can't pick TA into the mid lane brood, can you?
I don't think it's a mid lane brood, because then I'm pretty sure you put it in a side lane. Because if you pick brood, you don't want to
buildings.
Pick it. Yeah, like if Mineski could pick a good mid hero that's good against brood, and then you just put that, and That's a bit more obvious.
Legion is pretty good for Mineski as well here then. Especially...
Yeah, I mean, they need something to do with Brood. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Legion is fine. I mean, Mineski does not have a lot of time. I think they have to do some dodge as well. Maybe put Nyx mid and pick like Legion or Timber and put it on a side lane against the Brood. That seems like the most... Oh,
Okay.
that hero existed.
Okay.
That's an interesting solution, actually. That's a very interesting solution. But the lanes are still gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm. It's worrisome when the two supports in the Kunkka and Warlock pick up their level 6. Does Alchemist have enough for me? And then, you know, it feels like Magnus, Kunkka, Warlock are enough team fight for Faceless for Brood not to attend. And then you lose map control elsewhere. I really like Faceless's draft overall. I don't know that the Alchemist is enough.
Yeah, I've never seen Mag Brood together. I wonder how much Brood will farm with that, or maybe it won't be like anything. Like they won't be close to each other either way. So, but definitely interesting. I want to see how this Brood plays out. I'm assuming it's gonna be on a side lane though. I don't think you want to match it up against Alchemist. You definitely want Mag versus Alch. But we've seen lanes being mixed up a lot this series.
Revo's Greed against Spiderlings feels so good.
Yeah, I think if this game goes somewhat later and it's like relatively even, I think Mineski has a big opportunity to just get Ags on 5 people, get Moonshot on 3 people or 2 people, and then like you like just send out stuff, and it's very hard for Faceless to team fight, even though they have amazing team fight. When like you have like Alkilution running around stopping people, it's very hard to get this team fight going on.
Right. Well, we'll see how the legendary Black Anti-Mage fares in this one, as they prioritize it 3rd pick. And again, we'll have the litany of TPs, only for the Radiant side this time around. Adam has seemed to... 343 seem to gain comfort on this Earth Spirit as time has gone on today. Playing really well in that last game after some underwhelming performances in the first couple. XY going to drop the equal and opposite ward. His counterpart on Mineski's side. So both mid laners going to have a fair amount of vision to get ganked. Looks like Poor Man's Shield, Ice Broodmother offlane start here. So it's going to be difficult for this Luna early on. But they do have the potential for a roll and kill as dust in the hands of 343's Earth Spirit here. So Ice is going to need to survive at least for the early bit.
Yeah, the thing about Brood is like it looks like it's like a disgusting hero to play against, but then it might just end up being 0-6 at 10 minutes, you know, and then like, oh, well, we can't do anything in this game. Luna is super fast. Stuff like that can happen. That's like the danger of Broodmother.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like the early laning phase is so important for Ice.
Now this is an anti-mage. You know what I mean?
It's fine. It's okay. Not bad.
True, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, but it was much better than Raging Potatoes.
I like Broods more. That's a better set. Actually, all Brood sets are... Oh.
Did you see? Have you seen? There's a crab one in the workshop currently. I should check it out.
I don't think I've seen it.
Brood looking like a crab. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Brood probably has a lot of like potential interesting sets.
Roll in, roll away. Sorry.
Well, where did he go?
So should be relatively even matchup in the mid lane. Magnus versus Alk if there's no attention from the supports. KYXY gonna be wrapped on by XY. His derivative top lane. And just doing a little trading. Nick's not the easiest hero to trade with, but Kunkka strength base as well, so not as well. But
yeah, Warlock is pretty good at zoning heroes like this, where you're like you just put Shadow Word and it's decent harass. With Kunkka here, Nyx is gonna probably struggle a lot.
So
but
yeah,
it's
Coddle
mainly down to the other lanes. Yeah.
Bottom lane looking to clean up Spiderlings, but you know, in some respects, it just serves to push the lane, which gives Ice quite a bit of experience. He's already got 2 range creeps under his tower here, so he'll be able to pick up quite a bit in the way of levels here early on.
But I think it's not that bad for Mineski. Like it looks weird, they're like pushing in a wave into Brood, but it basically means that they're giving Brood the lane, but they are gonna get a lot of farm out of it. However, they kind of messed up the pull here, so that's gonna be a bit sad. I might backfire pretty hard actually.
Yeah.
Luckily the creeps, they're not in tower range. If it's been in tower range, it would have been really bad.
ISSI's trying to block the camp as well with the spiderlings. Cheeky play from his part.
Yeah.
There's the new acid spray radius. How small it looks.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's very small. It looks like like a lot smaller, like a third maybe. It kind of feels like.
Good dumpster this hero, Ice Frog. Getting pretty low. No regen.
Kanka's getting in. Not only level 1 though.
Does have a the Torrent connects. They'll have a shockwave in 1 second. One more right click, it'll do it. First blood. And even an arcane rune for extra value for X, Y, and that was just before he buys bottle actually. So he had 660 gold there, but unable to get the full bottle up. So back to lane without regen and without bottle. KYXY, yeah, in trouble. And Black.
Oh, I think he's gonna survive 1 more hit, yeah.
Able to run him down.
Where's Adam? Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. If he had been somewhere close, could have turned into a counter kill. But Nick struggles very heavily against anti-mage. You don't really have any way to deal with him just right-clicking you. This lane is something AM 1 versus 1 versus X will win this lane. Very hard. So pretty nice laning for Faceless in that regard. And Brood is doing fine, but Nyx is struggling a lot.
10 CS for Ice. So at some point will become a nuisance, but Luna's not really, despite having, you know, an ultimate like similar to Call Down in nature, is not the type of hero to just leave lane necessarily as soon as she gets 6. Typically we see heroes come to her lane and then look to take down the off lane tower once she gets up in levels. But
big rotations to Brood lane can be very hard to deal with here. Like you can die towers however you want because you have spiderlings tanking the tower and scouting everything around the towers. But that's a bit later in, maybe level 5 if he has the early soul ring, you can do that. Battle for the ruins, and I'm gonna lose that. I wonder how much farm this Coddle is gonna get though, and how much impact that's gonna have, because he's at 14 CS, so he has higher CS than Brood right now. And this could turn into Keeper being super farmed and just being able to push out any lane that Brood is on, and then the rest of the team farming freely.
It's a great solution without much commitment, right, to the Brood Mother split push, is that you just throw the Coddle there.
Yeah.
So definitely, even just Blinding Light alone can kind of deal with it.
Oh, this is a good rotation by the Kanka. He has webs as well.
Oh, Torrent is going to whiff, unfortunately, but they do have the X back, so it'll be a dead Ninja Boogie. Roll forward now from 3-4-3, gets the dust off, but
it's a icy tanky.
Yeah, I was just going to say, pretty tanky at this point.
Oh, made this
Jabs,
well. I guess both went down.
Experience going the way of the mag, though.
Yeah, but generally, I don't think it matters that much a lot of times. The one that got the kill first will like use
the
gold
body
a lot
blocks from Nuts top lane. KYXY in trouble.
Yeah.
And Black, one more. Right click into the creep with the Fatal Bonds. Nuts in trouble now, but no Orb of Venom actually on Adam, so just able to walk himself away.
Yeah, because he had to buy Dust against Brood. You can't afford Orb of Venom. That's one of the pains of playing against heroes like Ricky, Bounty, Treant, and Brood. Wonder how he's gonna skill on Mushi. He's gonna go a lot in Moonglaive. It seems like he's just gonna 1 point in Luna Blessing and then going to Moonglaive later on.
KYXY back to lane. 0-2. Not the greatest start for him.
I'm not sure what his game plan should be now. He can't really, like, going to this lane is only because he has no other option.
Right.
And I honestly think he should probably smoke with Earth Spirit to gank the Brood. That's probably the best play. I don't really think he should be in the lane anymore. He is most likely just gonna feed. I think he's probably gonna die here.
Tries to walk over to the east. Black gonna jump forward. Oh, and they do have XY as well. Well, they will torrent him up. Doesn't get the carapace off. And XY gonna die once again. The third time in this one. Meanwhile, Spiderlings bottom lane. Doing some work.
He's dead.
Into Ninja Boogie. The webs will run out though. Oh, just barely short. Oh,
yeah,
one more web.
Eyes. What a player.
Yeah, definitely a hero that at one time he was well known for playing. But 3-4-3. Struggling to find his niche in this early game here. Not a part of a single kill yet. 7 kills on the Faceless side here. 7 minutes in. And already Ice. He's going to be able to pressure this tower. Drops down all these trees. Not to be able to see in any rotations. And we've seen Mushi on the Luna rotate out towards top lane. Under the cover of smoke. No Eclipse, but will soak it up in just a moment. And does pick it up now. Still very difficult kill here. Top lane is Black.
Yeah, it's such a hard kill.
They do have grip. They do have grip now.
They
level
have
3.
Eclipse actually as well. So they have a lot of damage. I didn't think she was 6 yet actually.
So 2.5 seconds silence. Maybe you get the Impale on top. Impale starts it off. Black or KYXY maybe starting to bait in, trying to bait in Black. Mushi gonna drop the Eclipse. Nice silence by 3-4-3. And they will get the kill. Meanwhile though, they find Ninja Boogie bottom lane. And they get the tier 1.
Oh, Nyx missed the stun after Lucent Beam on Nuts, so they didn't get the follow-up kill. That was unfortunate.
8-2, as they'll trade kills across the map. Certainly the more important kill going Mineski's way, but that's off the back of a forced rotation out of lane by this Luna, essentially. As Ice takes out the tier 1 bottom lane, and now we'll go to work on the tier 2. Gonna leave his Spiderlings. If the Coddle comes to blast. Put some damage into the Coddle. Ice. Really knowing.
Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna transition from this. This is like this is what you want to have as a boot. This is like more or less the ideal start. But Mineski's draft can like recover from this. And then Adam got X back.
Viewer is available. Not needed though. Illuminate will catch onto 2. KYXY I should say. Finding jabs. He's going to look to skewer up the hill. Nicely placed such that he doesn't bring any of the enemies with him.
Beam. That was close. He almost went down actually.
XY may not be so lucky. And they do have a sentry nearby here. Ice needs as well to be careful, but Radiant lineup will back off, and it just looks like movement across the map is favoring Faceless. They're kind of dragging around the Radiant side, and they're not finding much. Luna not farming all that well. 29 CS here, approaching the 10-minute mark. And even with the anti-mage kill, you take a look at the net worth, and she is 5th overall.
Yeah, very hard game. This is you're relying only on Alk at this point. Your Luna is gonna try and get the bare minimum, and then probably just be gifted an Axe and Moonshot eventually, and should become relevant that way. But until that point, you can't really. You have to focus on helping Alk. You can't really put resources into giving Luna priorities or anything. It's all on Alk right now. Black going Belfury. Not the fastest so far, but it's gonna be probably a decently good timing. Got a lot of kills, right? But
yeah,
I feel like he's a bit underformed, but it probably just feels that way.
Yeah, he spent a good amount of time diving KYXY under tower, so probably missed out on a couple of waves. But I mean, KYXY is level 4, so it feels like well worth the time spent away from hitting creeps.
Normally at this point you could like, okay, we're gonna put our next safe lane to get some free levels and experience, but that doesn't work against the Brood. Brood is gonna dive in the tower and kill you.
Top lane, Nuts will get caught with the Spike Carapace, and the Eclipse will finish him off. Now Jabs comes through. He has an RP, will drop it onto the Luna. Luna no longer any mana, and Black has a mana void if need be. Will end up expending it. Finds
bottom lane.
the more important kill.
Yes, it looked like he was gonna go down, but Toggle saves him.
XY back to lane, trying to desperately pick up the level 5 mark here. Jabs nearby, does get caught with the Illuminate, so will be scouted. And we'll just drop the Empower onto his AM. as the tower drops. Meanwhile,
wonder
XY finding some time mid lane does pick up his boat.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good on Faceless. Everyone's getting their levels relatively good. Midas going on Brood. I wonder if Antimage should have skipped the bell here because they have a Magnus, but it's probably not worth it. I'm not an Antimage expert, but I feel like they could hit an insane timing if you like went different items. But it's probably easier this way as well.
Raging Potato bot lane. Still fairly tanky with the armlet. XY stalking though nearby alongside Ice Ice Ice, and if they connect with the boat and the spawn spiderlings, that's nearly 800 magic damage before resistances. So they'll think better of it for the time being. No one really showing on the map for the Radiant side. Jabs links forward. Will drop down a ward. Has RP available in 30 seconds. As they're gonna drop the boat mid lane. It will connect. Torrent is there as well. Black coming through. Illuminate hits on a couple. Nice two-man stun, but the skewer is there from Jabs.
Beautiful.
Nicely executed kill, and this will translate into a tier 1 siege as well. Cliff gonna be popped, only gonna delay the inevitable though, it seems. And TP in towards the bottom lane once again from Raging Potato. Ice 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 trying to put in some punishment into the bottom tower, but for now we'll just kind of zone out this Alk, and anytime he spent not far Ice Ice Ice.
Classic.
Okay,
Pretty scary for Alchemist, the manfight, because he like sprayed and he wanted to run into the spray, but he wasn't sure if he was gonna win the manfight, so he's like, oh, I have to run. But very close to the relic at least, gonna have a decently timed Radiance. And top lane,
you do get the Warlock.
Yeah, Vendetta, a late Vendetta, but at least it's a kill. That's very nice for him. Kinda, he really needed that one to be able to pick up a kill with that. And Mushi got it, but just being participant is fine.
Raging Potato gets RP'd up. 3 seconds until Chemical Rage. Is that going to buy him enough time? Bolt is going to connect. Finishes off the Alchemist. Earth Spirit in trouble as well. Ice 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 still standing tall. And will get out of range of the tower. Magnetized though. He's near his teammates. Needs to outrun them, and he does. 30-something HP. Oh, ends up going down to a neutral.
Oh, what?
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, that was probably is there a sentry?
He must have right-clicked it, right?
Yeah, I am not sure what happened. And the Kanka, the ghost ships buff there.
Right.
Rum, I don't know what they rum something.
Yeah, so he probably went down to 1 HP and then...
Yeah, so like everyone tanked so much because of it, and then I actually thought that was an insane bait by Raging Potato, and that was like gonna be 2 core kills, and then I would call that unlucky. I feel like that was a good play by them, but they were unlucky, and everyone got out, except Isa, who wanted to die at the end. But
yeah, boat very good versus all the damage the Magnetize could be doing during the team fight.
Going Solar Crest Medallion at least on Broodmother, probably gonna go into a Solar Crest, which is when you don't know what to buy, if you buy Solar Crest. That's the Dota law right now.
The rule of thumb.
Yeah. If
Everyone,
you're not sure, just get Solar Crest.
Look how much attention Ice 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 is garnering right now in this bottom lane, and partly it's because these heroes need to be grouped up together. But
oh, the sentry does not spot each other. Ice could be thinking he's safe in this area, but there's actually a sentry right next to, a bit further into the jungle. Dewarding a lot though. I'm not sure if he bought those themselves. I wish I would have checked that before. But that's like interesting to see how Brutes, they buy their own sentries and deward, or do they rely on the support to do it?
Nuts, Chaotic Offering in hand. Boat ready, RP ready as well. Just this triumvirate of heroes alone, very scary in the way of team fights. They are going to see the Illuminate in just a second. Ninja Boogie has a TP, and we'll pop it immediately. Meanwhile, both sides playing a little bit scared at the moment. No one really showing on the map. Meanwhile, Black continuing to hit creeps. Raging Potato doing much of the same, but the Anti-Mage, even the fact that he's almost at parity in terms of farm with this Alchemist is very concerning for Mineski at this point.
Radiance coming out at least.
Yeah.
This is where I think that like I'm not sure how Brood works. You know, late game. Like, is this hero strong? Is this hero just gonna die randomly in team fights? So like, this game is like uncallable. I think unless you know Brood. But I play Brood more than most people, and I don't know how this hero will work late game in this game. I have no clue if it's gonna have high impact or no impact.
I mean, so you got the insatiable hunger buffs, right? You have an empower. So I guess if you itemize properly for it, it could be definitely a force in towards the late game.
Yeah, you can buy some insane items. Like, if you usually, I'm pretty sure in late game, the Brood could maybe win a man fight versus Alchemist. I'm not sure, but I think she might be able to. And the max webs, the talent at 25 as well is insane. So you have like you can cover like all of the map where you want to be. Like if you're planning to fight, you can have it there. Oh, Alchemist could not get the armlet toggle off. Are they fighting?
They're trying to get it through 3-man silence, but already RP is going to find the Earth Spirit. Eclipse though, Rock is going to be dropped. Jabs is going to be able to skewer away from the Eclipse, and they soak it up as a team. Double kill for Black. Now he's going to look to find the Luna as well, and they're just going to X her back into the Torrent. XY on a killing spree. KYXY, he doesn't do much of anything at this point in the game with the start he's had. And it did look like a bit risky there for a moment with just the solo RP for the Earth Spirit and then the Luna coming in with the Eclipse. But the rest of the team able to join hastily and soak up the Eclipse alongside her. Black with the Vlads, helping everyone to sustain a little bit. And a nice chaotic offering, this counter initiation from Nuts.
Yeah, Magnus RP, they wanted to skewer him back, but XY had X'd him right before that. So if he skewered, he would have gone him back to there. So Magnus couldn't skewer the call back. And then like, I don't know what to do, and then everything dropped on me, and he almost died, but barely managed to get out. Meanwhile, Ice was like, oh, you guys are winning the game for me, I'm just here farming, guys. Relax.
Tier 2.
This is how Brood wants to play.
Gone bottom lane. Nothing put in the way of punishment into that tier 3, but yeah, Broodmother, I mean, looking to approach the Alchemist in terms of levels of farm here. Is he gonna find...
I wonder what the talents of Ice will be. He went cooldown reduction at 15, which I prefer personally. Brood uses a lot of items and has like he uses spells quite a lot. You want the webs to be used a lot. Your ultimate you use a lot as well. So I prefer this for sure. And I wonder what he's gonna be getting later on. 12 spiders attack damage doesn't seem that worth. Later on the spiderlings are really not gonna attack, they're gonna die in seconds.
Yeah.
So interesting to see. I'm gonna keep my eyes out on that for sure.
Yasha completed up for Black. He's right on schedule for where he needs to be, all things considered. That's, you know, kind of being the sacrificial lamb, but they have a mech and arcanes on XY, so he can have Greaves relatively soon. Really nice to potentially purge, you know, things like the geomagnetic grip.
Yeah, it's very nice. There's a lot of AoE damage from Mineski as well, so having the mech helps out a lot. This could be a very big smoke if they catch Ice in the pit here and like kill him and the Roche. They don't know though, they have no clue actually. So this is gonna be a free Roche, it looks like.
Sentry drop down, Jabs nearby with the RP. Like indeed it will, and Ice going for the BKB right now, or at least that's what's queued up in his quick buy. He's got the Ogre Club in stash, so definitely looking to join his teammates as opposed to, you know, AFK split push.
Yeah, he's like reaching somewhat of a peak in here with the Manta, the Aegis, the lads. They probably want to take the remaining towers, and I think maybe Ice's Ice kind of determines what they do if they want to high ground. Because Brood is like a hero, you don't want to fight on your off timings. So if Brood doesn't want to high ground, you're probably not going high ground.
Yeah, and BKB definitely kind of end game items, you know, at this point for Black as well as Ice. Items that can allow you to take that team fight on high ground.
2 scans at the same place. Happens every now and then.
Like a lunar eclipse. Black just sieging for free here. with the Warlock behind him. X gonna be
Well, the
popped
Jets wanna go for,
onto Mushi. They found the boat. That's half his HP already. And they'll at least force the shrine out. Unstable concoction.
Oh, he's gonna stun. Oh, Yabs could skewer him down here. Or they're just gonna win.
Chaotic Offering does connect on the backlines. They get the Mana Void off. The mechanism is going to keep the Warlock alive. Now a Skewer back is onto 2. KYXY magnetizes there, and it'll probably kill off Nuts. But double kill going the way of Black. 3 heroes down now. Buyback coming out from KYXY, but really not much to deter Faceless all in all. Illuminate as well as the Lucent Beam will connect on Black, but he's still sitting on Aegis. X onto the Luna now. She'll be solar crusted up. X back into the Torrent. Jump forward from Black with the Manta. Shockwave was there from Jabs as well. And Black is out of control at this point. Defensive Solar Crest popped on him by Ice, and they'll easily eliminate that first lane of Rax. Give themselves quite a big cushion going forward into this game with that lane of Rax down. Alchemist, you know, he does have the Radiance. No Manta yet, though, so cannot, you know, risk-free push out this wave top. So a lot of breathing room offered by Faceless.
It's gonna be. I kind of hope the games go later, so I get to see like this late game Brood and what will happen. But Faceless are completely tearing Mineski apart right now, and are probably gonna kill the shrine. And I wonder if they have time for bottom. Pushing bottom as well. I'm not sure on the Aegis timer, so they might be going for shrine and another Rax push, or they just kind of be satisfied with the shrine and then control the map for some time.
Yeah, it's 1 minute on Aegis, so likely just the shrine to be picked up here. Greaves completed up by XY. Shadowblade, Echo Saber up on Jabs, so he's doing quite a bit of damage on his in his own right. EP out from the Alchemist, KYXY nearby. One under the cover of smoke, no sentries down, so they shouldn't find him. Although Kunkka does have 3 sentries on his person. Jump forward, Black mid lane is not afraid of anything. Unfortunately for the Radiant, they have no idea where the rest of the dire side is, else they may want to make a jump, but you got BKB and Aegis. Aegis is going to expire here in about 25 seconds. And it looks like, as you mentioned, they're just going to control the map, play it safe for now, maybe get their next round of items.
But they're going to make a quick push here. I think they're setting it up at least, but I think they could push, but
they have RP. Shadowblade. Shadowblade from Jabs, so he's got an Arcane Rune active as well.
Bottom, and the rest are going to be mid. This could be...
He wants to go in. Alright, he will pop out of the Invis. Black will just continue to go to work on this tower. He's gonna get hit up. Kind of wants to die, but this Aegis is gonna expire very shortly. So gets out of base. We'll probably get the regen from the Aegis in just a moment.
Yeah, I think he knows the timing down to the second. Probably playing on that. And bottom tower is also taking damage slowly from random stuff like ISI sending his Spiderlings, poking a little bit. And they're going for the towers first, apparently. Oh,
roll forward right onto the Kunkka. Unstable Concoction gonna come out. Nice Chaotic Offering to keep the Alchemist at bay, and the BKBs pop by Black, and Ice 3-man RP empowers their triple kill with the Mana Void, and they're going to the Manila Masters land is Faceless. Of course, the favorite from day one here, Mineski. They put up a valiant fight in game 2, and Mushi and KYXY tried to return to glory in SEA, but today their hopes will be crushed as Faceless able to take this game in flashy fashion at the end. Very nicely played all around. Lanes went well for them. Felt like this game was just a full package for them.
Yeah, I mean, they got brooded.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. I mean, they got 2 early kills on the Alk, right? In mid lane.
Yeah, Alk kind of that, but it's also like it becomes a result of the brood being so like you have to put so much attention to this brood. And
yep.
This is like losing, getting knocked out because you lost a brood is like one of the worst feelings in the world. I feel bad for Mineski, but
you heard it here from a brood player himself.
I mean, I lost opens to Bean when they brood me. So
yeah.
But impressive showing a brood like this though from Faceless. That's you know, last game of a series. I think your opponents have a lot of momentum going. They lost the first game. Mineski kind of lost, and then the second game looked like the same, but like really showing their strength and coming back. That's a lot of momentum into the third game. Maybe Faceless felt that way as well, so they're like, okay, we're gonna brew them.
Yeah, 5th pick as well, so always scary in that final slot. But that's gonna do it for us today. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Woke up at 6 a.m. to do this one for you, but they brought us some great Dota. So Manila Masters, LAN finals. Faceless is going to be the SEA qualifier team to join Invictus Gaming, NP, Newbie, Secret, OG, and EG. So that should be very exciting. Philippines qualifier still to come, and we'll see who's able to make it through. Execration, TNC, probably the two favorites to make it through there. But either way, until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you celebrate, happy Easter to you and your family from myself, MRP. Kefka, you can follow Kefka at Kefka Dota on Twitter. Also check out his stream. It's a pretty fun one. You can learn something about off laning, the easiest lane in Dota, obviously. And
nowadays, yeah.
From all of us, happy Easter. Beyond the Summit, it's MRP Kefka signing out. Hope you guys enjoy.
Enjoy the rest of your day.